Planes are falling out of the sky at an alarming rate. And every time I hear an airplane go over my head, I'm thinking, is that one next? I don't see how you're flying an airplane. I mean, right now, every time I get on an airplane, I'm thinking this is the one. But over the past like 2 weeks, it seems like every maybe 2 or 3 days, another plane crashes. And a part of me is like, oh yeah, it's just because that's the trend right now. So every time an airplane crashes, it's more amplified. But I'm struggling because I'm like, man, so an airplane crashing isn't newsworthy? Because it seems like if there was a plane crash, it'd be pretty hard to not cover it on the news. So I'm not sure if it's people just amplifying it, so it seems like they're crashing more often than they really are, or they really are crashing a lot more than usual. And I think that it's the more usual. I think the truth of the matter is airplanes are not getting harder to fly. They're getting easier to fly. So that means the barrier to entry to learn how to fly, based on how technologically advanced we've become, means that the bar is lower. So you're able to get women, blacks, Hispanics, who probably wouldn't be able to do this 30 or 40 years ago. But being that technology has gotten so advanced, it's not that hard anymore. And what's happening is they're getting up there in the sky and they're having to do manual things. And when they have to do manual things, they can't do it because they're so used to the plane flying itself. The pilots get in the cockpit and they sit back and they relax. They press a couple buttons and it takes off. Now, I don't know what buttons to press, but I'm sure I can learn which buttons to press to make it fly to the destination. But if it gets windy, or if we're in a snowstorm and we're having to land in a snowstorm or in a windy, gusty or storm or anything, and I have to manually fly, oh crap. You see what I'm saying? So these young people, I seen a guy with a black dude in his pilot suit, and he had diamond teeth and gold chains on. I'm like, oh my God. If I walked down to a plane and I saw that, I would not get on it, man. I would take the loss and pay for another flight. If I saw a woman who looked like she might be twerking on Instagram, I'm not taking the flight. So I think that's ultimately what's happening. The bar to be a pilot has really gotten lowered to where you don't really need much because the planes fly themselves. But if you can pass the manual test on a clear sunny day, you get your pilot's license. But they're not going to take you up there on a stormy day. And I think that's what's happening. Channel, hit the subscribe button. What I'm doing here is I'm just doing a daily video talking about what's ever on my mind. It's the perspective of someone who's wealthily thinking out loud. I'm a wealthy guy, healthy guy, financially set guy, and I'm not scared to say my thoughts. So if you want to hear what a smart guy has to say, hit the subscribe button and watch my videos. You'll probably hear something that nobody else is saying. I gotta get over myself. Sometimes I hit the record button and I think about what I just said, especially when I'm like giving a shout out to my channel. I'm like, man, who do you think you are? You ain't nobody. So I'm on 8 subscribers. 8 subscribers. I'm actually getting views, which is pretty cool. Getting 25 and 50 views a video. I think that's pretty good to not be promoting it and to just be throwing them up and not really trying. So yeah, y'all know I got the videos queued up. They're just scheduled to go out ahead of time, and it's really coming in handy because sometimes I don't have anything to upload. I'm actually getting down. I'm only down to like 3 videos ahead of where I was at. Just go back and watch the other videos, see to catch up. But I started with 5 and now it's down to 3, so it's gonna get to a point where I only have 1, and I'm gonna have to upload every day again. And I almost didn't have anything to talk about. I was sitting here like, man, what's going on in the world? And I don't want to do that though. I don't want to be a news channel. It's really tough. I want to make evergreen content that you can come to every day, every year. You come back to it 20 years later and it's still relevant. So that's my struggle right now. Because I noticed when I upload something that's talking about how to grow on YouTube, like social media tips, nothing. Nobody wants to see that. That content is played out. Everybody knows, or they don't care. You know, it's too much competition for that, I think. You know, I think self-help is probably the best for me though. I'm not going to talk about why I'm angry and stuff like that. And life stuff, I think that's good evergreen content that will always come in handy for someone. I think that's a good positive direction for, you know, a channel to put out positive things, and you know, I probably come back to you and stuff like that. Let's go this way. I hardly ever go down this. Oh, we're gonna have to catch that one day. Oh. So me and my wife, we're planning on, I had an idea to rent an RV and drive across the country with us, just all of us, all 5 of us. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, imagine if you just lived in an RV, like a nice one, not no little van, but like a big, like a bus. And every day you have an adventure. Because you can just wake up and be in, say we're in Louisville, Kentucky, and we just point to somewhere like an hour on the map, an hour away, and just keep doing that. Man, you could probably do that forever. You could always end up somewhere new, and there's no fear of, oh, we're getting too far away. We're getting too far away from what? You know, you can just keep on doing that. And that idea was terrifying to her, and it made me so, I don't want to say mad, I'm frustrated. Like, damn. It's like she's against everything that I stand for. It's really exhausting. It's like, who wouldn't want to do that? Do you know how many hippie chicks would love to live like that? And here I am offering it to you, and you don't want to do it? It's like, and I said, you holding me back. And it's like the truth. And that set her off, and she was like, well, go do what you want to do. Go, leave, leave by yourself. I'm like, man, it's like the truth hurts. And then a man will be like, well, I would say the chump husband, which is like the average husband that you hear about, will say something like, oh, wife is right, that type of shit, right? But I think that is so weak. When I go into that mode, I feel like a chump. It does not feel good. When I go into romantic, you know, wife is right, happy wife, happy life, that shit feels like a chump. It does not make me feel good inside. What makes me feel good inside is when I say something and she agrees with me. You know, and you can say, I guess you would say, well, that's a narcissist. Well, so fucking be it, man. I'm sorry. That's the truth. That's kind of where I'm getting to. Like, I can always fight back against that narcissist shit, but I'm wondering what would happen if I just embrace it. It's like I just feel like there's this way to win her over and make her see things my way, but I don't think there is. And it's kind of sad and scary. And it's not getting anywhere. I hate when cars do this. Just go. It's like they're being nice, but it kind of slows, messes up my rhythm. Narcissists. Like, who doesn't think like this? People don't think like that. You don't look out for yourself first. It's kind of weird. How could you see life I mean, maybe my kids, but don't I want to see myself happy first? I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. It's a good video topic though.